Alright, let's see if we can't figure out some turn track options. 4 o'clock, 4:01.
Alright guys, here we go. We're back at it. A top secret, undisclosed location that I cannot reveal. We're out here on the turn track. First laps.
Okay.
Obviously there's a lot of water out here. It's been quite a while since I've been out to the turn track, and there's been some work done to it. It's pretty nice. Of course, riding the 2019 KTM 250XC today.
Oh, look at this.
Trying to get back into woods riding shape. You can definitely tell that I haven't spent much time in the woods this year. All the roots look really slippery, all the rocks look really big. So it's going to take me a little bit to get up to speed this year, I think. OMRA series looks really good this year, and I think that's where I'm going to focus my attention. Try to get back to some woods racing. I really miss the funness and the camaraderie that I experienced in woods racing. I met some of the best people out there.
I really don't want to land in that. Or that.
So yes, OMRA GP series is in the works. That is my plan. Plan on running the whole series. Hopefully I can make all the rounds. That's never guaranteed. But that's going to be the plan for this year. And I'll certainly mix it up with a bunch of moto stuff in between. As many of you have seen, AMA West has gone to California. It is a California series now. I don't know if they're doing that on purpose, or I don't know. They have a round in Arizona, and I think maybe a round in Idaho. I'd have to check the schedule. But most all the rounds are in California, which is whatever. It kind of sucks for us Washington, Oregon guys that just want some different stuff. I don't mind going to Cali for a round here or there, but California has a lot of series, and I don't know, it's nice to have something that isn't all California. That being said, I wasn't planning on doing AMA West like I mentioned in previous videos. Those races are just too long for this body to be able to recover from in a reasonable amount of time. Many of you know I wear the wrist brace, and I really couldn't ride without it. I haven't had my wrist looked at, but I'm considering doing that. It's become quite a problem this last couple of months, really, and I'm sure that there's just going to be an arthritis thing. I don't think whatever cushions the blow between the bones in the wrist and the forearm bones, it's not there anymore. I don't think so. Whatever that is, I'm no doctor, but it's not good. So I don't know that off-road racing is going to be something that I can really do well anymore, just because they're so long. And we'll have to see how that goes, but I may end up getting the wrist looked at just to see if there's anything we can do. At least motocross, being shorter races, it's a little easier to manage. The bad thing about that is that usually after 15 minutes, the wrist kind of lubes itself up for whatever it needs to do, or I don't notice it so much anymore. So I don't know. I'm not complaining. I'm just explaining. I may be selling all my dirt bikes and buying a Harley soon. I don't know. I don't ever see me not riding two wheels of something, but yeah, the jumping and the bouncing and the all the fun stuff that you get to do off-road and on the moto track takes a toll on the wrist. So, not trying to be a downer at all, and I'm not, you know, I'm not tapping out or anything. I've noticed that it's been significantly worse and harder to ride pain-free. You know, I take some ibuprofen before I start, and usually I've always been able to manage it with that, and that's kind of no longer working. So yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. That's the final answer. I'm not sure. Not sure how it's going to go, but we're definitely going to try to race some off-road and see how it goes. And if it just seems to be too much for the wrist, then maybe I won't race off-road, and I'll try some more moto and see if, you know, the shorter races are manageable or not. Sucks getting old, especially being an old dirt bike rider. You know, I've been riding dirt bikes for almost 40 years, and that means I've hit the ground a lot, and I've had a lot of injuries, and, you know, all that stuff's catching up to me. Played a little bit of football as a kid, and, you know, a lot of sports, so just, yeah, I've been hard on my body, but I've enjoyed every minute of it for the most part. Anyhow, that's all I'm going to rant about that. Shooting for OMR GP series, really excited about it. The events look like they're all places that I want to go this year. So kudos to Reed and all the guys over there coming up with some good stuff this year. As far as motocross goes this year, I'm just going to hit whatever I can. I'm not planning on running any following a series per se, but I would like to do lots of practice days because that's really what I enjoy. A little more laid back, and maybe some racing as well. Racing ends up being a really long day. You get out there early and you stay late, and you don't know when your motos are going to be, and there's a lot of sitting around in between, which means you should do more motos, which is fine. It's just more money out of your pocket, which is, you know, I don't mind supporting the organizations or the tracks or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. Practice days are fun for me. I don't have anything to really prove, and I'm not really interested in. I like the competition, but I don't know. It's hard to explain, I guess, and I can tell listening to myself right now that I'm not explaining this very well. Yes, I will race motocross this year. No, I don't take it that seriously. I do it mainly because it helps keep me in shape, and I enjoy the people and the experience overall. Even though I'm not good at it. I'm just not much of a jumper anymore. And that's not just because of the wrist, but you have to be able to trust that when you don't do well on a jump, either coming up short or too long, that you're strong enough to absorb that and stay on the bike without hitting the ground. And I just don't have that confidence level right now, so I don't know if I ever will, with just, you know, as my body has failed me, so to speak, over the years. It's not, I don't know, my wrists, my forearm strength, everything is just kind of going away on me. Anyhow, I don't want to harp on the way I feel anymore, you know, as far as my body and all that. And I think I've talked about that way too long. This is a video about shredding the gnar, which is what we're doing out here on this undisclosed top secret track. And by the way, if you know where this is, don't blab it out in the comments or something, make too big a deal about it. It's all public knowledge, public land, and all that. So, but I also don't want it destroyed by a bunch of side-by-sides either. So, you will notice I am not jumping any of these sweet jumps they've got out here. We've got a lot of moisture, as you can tell with all the standing water. I found a small window, luckily, to come out and ride my dirt bike. It is a Friday afternoon, took off work a little bit early, and I thought I had maybe a low rear tire there for a minute. But anyhow, it's Friday afternoon, and came out to ride my dirt bike a little bit, put in a little bit of work, and I totally forgot what I was talking about. That's because I'm old. No, but I'm not jumping this stuff. Look, I know that I've got this stuff in the bag, but I'm out here on a solo ride by myself after working, you know, even half a day. So I'm not at my best, and it just wasn't worth the risk to take a chance on hitting the ground, let alone the fact that there's a lot of water, which just adds to the misery of landing in these puddles. So you see, I'm jumping off to the side as much as I can while staying on the trail. That's why you're not going to see me even trying this stuff. It's just, like I said, it's not worth it to come out here and lay myself out. And then this is quite a distance away from where I parked, so, you know, especially solo, it could be a miserable attempt to get back home if something went wrong. And I know that I hate to always think of things like that. I know I always talk about it in my videos, but, you know, it's a fact. It's a part of the game that we play. And I've been injured more times than I can count right now. So yeah, I know it happens, especially to me apparently. I've got a buddy that I don't think has ever broke a bone. I don't know how that's possible. How can you ride dirt bikes and not break a bone? I must be doing something wrong. Also, I'm pretty bundled up today, and that always, like I've mentioned before, I don't feel as comfortable on the bike when I'm all wrapped up in layers because it's cold. But anyhow, I don't want this video to be negative. This is a great day. I had a lot of fun today. The shred and the gnar is just one of the funnest things to say, and that's why I'm titling this video that. I think I already have a video titled that back maybe a few years ago, but I don't know. It's all good fun. Bike's running well. I feel like it's running a little bit lean. It's, you know, it could be the cold temperatures, but I just don't feel like I have quite the snappiness in the throttle area that I would like to have. It's running fine. And when I say lean, it's just, I don't know, the bike doesn't quite idle down as quickly as I would like it to when you snap the throttle. But I'm no expert. Maybe it's rich. I don't know. I just know that the thing's ripping, I'll tell you that. But I don't think it's quite perfect. But you know me, like I said in many of my videos, I just tend to shoot for a happy medium when it comes to jetting. I don't want to be changing jets every time I'm out riding my dirt bike. So I shoot for kind of the middle. It's can be a little bit rich in some spots and a little bit lean in other spots, but this is the type of stuff I ride. So when I did a piston and rings, the top end on this bike at 150 hours, they were flawless. So I'm not really wanting to make any big changes right now. The bike's working good. We're getting close to that 200-hour mark. Kind of excited about that. I know that, you know, this bike's going to be almost 6 years old, I guess. 200 hours really isn't a lot of time for a 6-year-old bike. But I'm definitely having a hard time getting rid of this bike with the carburetor on it. You know, I got a few bikes in my garage. And when it comes to the woods, this bike is just set up very well for me. I do feel like maybe the bike pulls a little harder than, as much as I like the way it pulls, it has a bit of hit to it. It's kind of set up a little bit motocrossy, I guess. But after riding 450s and my new 300 and how much smoother it is, I do think this bike might wear me out a little bit. So I'm considering going back to the other power valve spring. They have one that I don't know if it's a lighter or a heavier spring, but basically I think it keeps the power valve closed longer, so it's a little smoother transition. Don't quote me on that, I could be totally wrong. Maybe it opens sooner, I don't know. But I know that the power delivery ends up being a little bit smoother with the other spring. And I might try that just to see if that works. Although this bike is so fun to ride the way it is. It's just like all or nothing, baby. All or nothing. It's got a great mid-range. And it'll even lug a little bit with me on it. Yeah, it's a fun bike. As it dries out, I'd really like to get the 300 up here and spend some laps on the track with it. It's not sprung for me as far as suspension goes, but you know, I don't know. I think it'd be fun out here too. Yeah, we're about 15 minutes into this. I'm checking the old clock there just to see where I'm at. I'm trying to go push through that 15-minute moto thing that my body naturally knows that it's been right around that 15-minute mark, and I'm ready to take a break. So that's not going to cut it in off-road racing, obviously. So I'm trying to push through that and keep going, even if I slow down a little bit. Kind of my philosophy for training is to keep going, even when you're tired, and you know, take a few more breaks out there, and not push it hard, and then pick it back up when you're ready. And I'm not going to tell you that's a good way to do it, because I'm not, I'm not like a champion off-road racer or anything. But I don't know. That's what works for me. I got to be careful. I can't give away too many of my secrets. Because I got the training thing down after 40 years of riding dirt bikes. No, not really. I unfortunately never really train. I just ride for fun. Even today, I'm pushing a little bit, but ultimately I have such a big smile on my face. There are other people out here.
I don't know what that meant.
Every time I ride this track, I run into people heading the opposite direction. I don't know what direction to run this thing in. This is the way I always run it. And like I said, this is all public access stuff, so it's not uncommon to run into other people up here. But usually they kind of figure out which way you're headed, and they'll either jump in with you and follow that, or they just ride through and head to the next trail or whatnot. So you see, I'm checking up here a bit because I'm not sure where they're at, and nobody wants to smack into anybody. So.
Sometimes it's way harder to go slow than it is to just rail it. So funny.
Yes, we've had lots of rain up here, but it is 50 degrees. Wet, but 50 degrees, and that's all good. That's the type of riding I can do. Still just keeping it chill because I'm not really sure where those guys are at. There they are.
Hey, which way are you guys going? Which way are you guys going?
I just got here, honestly. They're going that way, I guess. I went the wrong way. That's my bad.
Yeah, no problem. I just want to make sure that we're not going to smack.
Yeah, I think they're going that way. I just met up with them again because we got lost.
All right. Are you guys going to be here for a little bit, or?
I doubt it.
Okay. I'm just going to keep doing laps, but I'll watch for you.
Get out of your way.
Just checking in a little bit there, trying to alleviate any potential problem. And everybody, you know, dirt bike people are the coolest people, so he was super cool. It was all, everybody's chill. Love riding in the woods, man. As much as I love moto, I don't know, man. Woods riding is, it's just a different thing. It's funny to hear me say that, but woods riding is also a little bit cheaper than moto. Other than the travel time, you don't typically have to pay to play. So that's another benefit of woods racing. Woods riding, of course you have to pay to race, but riding, you know what I'm saying. Alright, we're getting late in this video. I've been talking for a long time, and I'm getting kind of tired of talking, but I think we're going to do our lap of silence right here. So, here we go. And there you have it. Lap of silence. Done. And I think we're going to come to a close on this video. Probably get another lap in here or so, but yes, if you have watched it this far, thank you very much. But I think I'm ready to sign out at this point. So thanks for watching, and until the next one, I'm out.
Probably wrap it up here. Just 24, 25 minutes.